Hello there. In this video we're going to find out how to create a C++ program using Visual Studio 2019. When you start up Visual Studio you should see something that looks like this. You may get prompted for an account, and if you have an account with Microsoft you can enter your details. If you don't have an account with Microsoft, they'll give you a link and you can click that and go off and set it up. You don't have to create an email address with Microsoft, although they may try and make you think that you have to. You can use any email address that you have. Normally I'd recommend starting with empty project, so you can add just the code that you want in your program and not any extra stuff that Microsoft put in there. But as we're trying out the compiler, we'll go for console app. If you don't see any C++ in there, it probably means that the C++ hasn't been installed. So you can scroll down to the bottom of this screen, click on Install More Tools and Features, and then eventually the installer will open again and give you some options of things to install. So this is the one that we need. So we need the workload for desktop development with C++. On my installer, it's already been selected because I installed it. If you don't have this, then you need to select it. You can select other ones if you want to, but with this course you'll only need this one, and then you can go away and install it. Okay, I'll just close that. So we're going to create a console app. Then we click on Next. And try to think of a better name for the project than that. Let's call it Hello. In fact, I've already got a Hello project, so this is going to be Hello 2. Then we can just accept the rest of the defaults, unless you have a reason not to. Let's create that. So this is the actual integrated development environment. This window here has the source code. These are instructions in a form that humans can, in theory, understand. This is going to be processed by the compiler and converted into instructions that the computer can understand. We have some other windows here. This one lists everything that's in the project. If we click on the source files, we should see, yes, we've got hello2.cpp. So it's created a file called hello2.cpp for this project. This window here is where the communication from the compiler will appear when it's creating the program. So another window here, I'm not quite sure what this does. I've never bothered to investigate it. And as you'd expect in a Windows application, there's all the menus with various things up here. So don't worry too much about what this does. This is the actual bit that the compiler will process. The rest of this is just comments which are ignored. So this is useful to run the program. Control plus F5 or debug, start without debugging. So let's try doing that. Debug, start without debugging. So you can see we're getting some output here from the compilation process. Alright, so this is another thing that's new in Visual Studio 2019. We get this noise which confuses the issue. I'll just close the window and get rid of that actually. So debug, options, in general. Then go down to the bottom and select this one, automatically close the console when debugging stops. That does actually keep the console open, but it removes that error message. So that's a very badly worded option. Anyway, enough ranting, let's get on with it. Debug, start without debugging. So there we are. So we get hello world. So this program will print out hello world if everything works properly. So this tests that the compiler is working. It also tests that we can do input output. So that's quite a thorough test of the features. Then this extra bit of code here has been added to the program. Press any key to continue. If we create console applications every time, we'll get this. So this means that the window is going to stay open and it'll give us a chance to see the output from our program. So I'm going to press a key to continue, which will close that. Okay, so that's basically it. Welcome to the world of C++ programming, and keep coding.